because I can't log in on my phone. I don't know what's going on TikTok today. I keep hearing like glitching and all that stuff. So, but anyway, we won't keep it moving. Okay, TikTok is testing me today. Okay, so we're having a fibroid Q&A. All right, I want you guys to. I typically do my lives. I typically have a topic, and I'm typically, we're typically going over the topic. But today I want it to be about you guys. And I'm live now on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And I want you guys to ask me your questions about fibroids. Okay, Q&A. I'm still jet lagged. So I may not be on here too long, but I wanted to definitely be on here. I was live earlier, and we talked about earlier what women are doing in 2026 to shrink their fibroids naturally without surgery. So if you didn't watch that video, if you weren't live with us, the replay is on my YouTube channel in the live stream section. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. But anyway, I hope that you guys are doing great tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm a little tired, but I'm snap out of it. Okay. I want to talk about fibroids tonight. I want to do a Q&A. I want to answer you guys questions. I want you guys to get a deeper understanding about fibroids. For those of you that are new, my name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist. What I do is I help women dissolve their fibroids, not just shrink their fibroids, dissolve their fibroids. And that's by deeply targeting the root causes of fibroids. I've been doing this for years. I was able to get rid of my fibroid, and I've been helping women over the years, hundreds of women all over the world. Also, not even just get rid of fibroids, also get rid of endometriosis, ovarian cysts, adenomyosis, endometriosis, PCOS, uterine prolapse, even help women who have had issues with fertility get pregnant naturally. So I've been doing this for a while now. I love what I do because it puts the power back into women's hands when it comes to their own health and their own healing, because women should not outsource their healing. They should not outsource their power. So I teach women to be their own healers, which is extremely important in today's society. You cannot wait for a doctor to come and do the work for you. It's not going to happen. And some of you guys have tried to go the medical route and when it comes to fibroids, and you haven't seen any success. That's by design. Okay. Hey, Key, welcome, welcome, welcome. I was saying earlier today, I think they shadow banned my account on TikTok. So if you guys can, please tap on the like button so that we can get more women in here. This is a Q&A about fibroids. I am live on TikTok and as well on YouTube. I want you guys to ask me your questions about fibroids. Okay. If you have fibroids, then you need to be here. Okay. You need to stick around because we're talking about fibroids. I want you guys to understand fibroids on a deeper level. And let's talk, okay? Typically, I come on here with a topic. And if you're watching from YouTube, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget, I typically come on here with a topic, okay? But I'm actually doing a Q&A. Okay, we got some questions. Okay, I think that's a comment. Okay, you're asking me for fibroids. Okay. Does taking iodine help fibroids? I know. All right, great question. It can help. Iodine is good for you. Before you guys supplement, get stuff from the food sources, right? Because iodine is in leafy greens, it's in tons of plant foods. So before you supplement, because we're so used to a culture that supplements, and a lot of us are not getting our nutrients through foods. Now, is it possible you cannot get all your nutrients from your foods? Yes, but try to get as much as you can. Supplements are supplementation. Can it help fibroids? I mean, it can help with symptoms, but when you say help fibroids, what do you mean? Do you mean, are we trying to, like, when we say help fibroids, because I see that all the time. Like, are we shrinking and dissolving fibroids? Is that what you mean? Because I see that question a lot. Like, when it comes to should I take this or should I do this to help fibroids? We're not trying to help the fibroids. We're trying to get rid of the fibroids. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. But you guys, instead of supplementation, because we're in a time right now where everybody's talking about supplements, right? Before you supplement, I want you guys to eat your nutrients. That goes much further than supplementation, I guarantee. Okay, and also to be careful. A lot of these supplements on the market are not. Stick to herbs. Okay, if you want to supplement, herbal supplements. A lot of these supplements have tons of fillers, right? Are synthetic. Don't get me started. Stick to herbs. So today, for those of you that are coming in, hey YouTube, for those of you that are coming in, we're asking, this is a fibroid Q&A. I'm answering your questions about fibroids, okay? Yes, thank you for the follow, Key. Make sure that you guys are, don't just, I was saying earlier how TikTok, count your days, okay? Count your days. So if you guys are following me on TikTok, you also need to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio to subscribe, because we're not gonna be on TikTok forever, okay? Maybe not very long. Like, which herbs? It depends. Like, are you having anemia? Like, what are you trying to supplement for? Burdock root is really good for fibroids. For women that have fibroids, but they're not gonna get rid of fibroids, okay? So anemia, okay. Dandelion root is really good. Sarsaparilla root is probably the best, and typically that's kind of hard to find in stores. You probably should go online for that. Sarsaparilla root is really, really good. But listen, ladies, supplement again. So herbs are great. They're not going to do all the work. So what I want you guys to do when it comes to fibroids is to focus on the foundation. It's the root causes, right? And not just the random remedies. Hopefully that makes sense. But dandelion root and sarsaparilla root, burdock root is good as well, okay? And when you have anemia, before you even take herbs, you need to work on your gut health, because that means that your body's not absorbing the iron, okay? Your body's not absorbing the iron, okay? What causes fibroids? Great question. Estrogen, number one of the key things that causes fibroids is hormone imbalances, specifically estrogen dominance. It's when your detoxification channels in your body are also blocked. Overloaded liver is overloaded, lymphatic system is overloaded, your body's congested and dealing with lots of waste, your immune response is low. Also is when you're holding a lot of trauma inside, you're suppressing a lot of trauma. So let's say you've been through, well, we've all been through a lot of trauma. We all been through trauma, but if you are holding on to your trauma or suppressing your trauma, you haven't properly processed it and you haven't properly worked through it, you're suppressing it, that also, you know, could cause fibroids and womb issues, right? Stress causes fibroids. So their diet, lifestyle, and environmental factors. Also, too, a lot of times we're holding on to things from ancestral trauma as well. That could be a factor in it as well. So hopefully that answers your question. But one thing I will say is that fibroids, even though it can be, you can be more predisposed to fibroids depending on, you know, your background. It's all about, for you to develop fibroids, the internal conditions in your body has to align with that, align with developing fibroids, right? You have to have, you know, a backed up gut health. You have to have lymphatic system that's congested. You have to have elimination organs that are overloaded. You don't just develop fibroids just because your mom has fibroids or your grandmother has fibroids. It's a lot deeper than that. A lot of people just kind of stay there on the surface when they're looking for the root causes of fibroids. So thank you for that question. That was a good question. So it's important that you understand that fibroids is a full body issue. It's not just a uterine issue. It's a full body issue. It does not just happen randomly, and it's not just a uterine problem, okay? This is why when somebody was in my live earlier saying that they've had a hysterectomy and they're still bleeding and dealing with issues, and I was like, yeah, because you haven't gotten rid of the root cause of what caused the fibroids to develop. So even if you take out your uterus, it would just like I said, manifest into another issue. You're still estrogen dominant even without a uterus, right? How do you know if your fibroids are dissolving? So you will see it. Okay, so before you get your period even, let's talk about that. You will start sleeping better. You'll start feeling better. Your symptoms will start subsiding. Your period will be much better. Okay, much better, much shorter. I mean, 3-4 days, much lighter. No clots, no symptoms. When you have your period, you will notice that it just comes, and it's not all of these symptoms before it comes. No cramps, no pain, right? You'll sleep better. You'll notice more vitality. There will just be more pep in your step. Like, you'll be more aligned with your body, more in alignment with, you'll be more in alignment with your body. You'll be more in alignment with you as a woman. It's like, it's hard to explain, but you guys, physically, there's gonna be a physically physical changes as well as emotional changes and things that you will feel on a deep level. So hopefully that makes sense. Hi, I'm new here. Hey, if you're new, welcome. Hey, Shay, welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, ladies, I'm answering your fibroid questions. It's a fibroid Q&A, okay? Because I typically do topics about fibroids, but today I'm answering your questions, okay? So be sure to put your question in the chat, and also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I'm not going to be on TikTok forever, because TikTok, it was testing me today. TikTok may have to count their days, okay? Hey, YouTube, make sure you also ask your questions that will, as well about you fibroids. Okay, so hello, I'm new here. What are your thoughts on hormone therapy? I heard a lot that it's hormones. I hear a lot that it's hormones. What do you mean you hear a lot that it's hormones? I'm not sure. Hold on. I want to make sure I get your question right. So I was actually talking about hormone therapy, HRTs, on my Threads account, and even on Facebook, I was talking about it. Okay. I'm 100% against it. Let me tell you why. Number one, women have been, little girls, birth control is being pushed to little girls and teenagers and, women in their 20s and even early 30s. And then HRT is being pushed to women in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s. So in a way, they're letting you know that there's something wrong with you as a woman. You need hormones to function, and that's not the truth. Because whenever you're having any type of hormonal issues, there's deeper issues going on in the body. Even though this is not a fibroid question, I'll still answer it. Whenever you have when you have fibroids, your hormones are also out of balance. Whenever you're having hormone issues, there's deeper issues going on in the body. And HRT, hormone replacement therapy, just masks the issue. It doesn't get to the root cause of the problem, right? And your body recognizes synthetic, because they're fake hormones. They're not your body's real hormones, right? It doesn't treat them the same as your own natural hormones. So for you to suppress your own natural hormones and infuse synthetic hormones into your body, on the back end, that does more harm than good. In the moment, even if you feel better, right? Because you're suppressing your own natural hormones. So the goal should be to heal the organs in your glands so that your body can produce the right amount of each hormone. It should be to reverse estrogen dominance, right? It should be to heal your body. It shouldn't be to plaster fake hormones into your body. That makes no sense. And actually, as a matter of fact, with the breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, with these rates going up, people should avoid fake hormones like the plague, okay? So I'm gonna just say that here. Hopefully that makes sense. If and when your fibroids shrink and your uterus stress, will your uterus go back to normal size? Absolutely. I've had many, as a matter of fact, if your uterus is enlarged due to fibroids, which typically do happen, yes, your uterus will go back to normal size. This happened for me as well as many of my clients. Yes, it will. It will. It sure will. Okay. How do you do what exactly? How do you do what? Be more specific. With your questions. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm answering your questions about fibroids. I'm answering questions about fibroids. For those of you, in case you don't know, I've helped hundreds of women shrink and dissolve their fibroids all over the world through my courses, through working with me personally, through my master classes, through my workshops. In case you're new, I have tons and tons of client testimonials on my TikTok page, which I can't even log into right now on my phone, but that's whole another conversation. My YouTube, if you go to the community tab, if you go on my Instagram, if you go on the link in my bio, we have tons of testimonials. If you're on my email list, I love what I do. I've not only help women shrink and dissolve their fibroids, I've also helped women reverse endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS, ovarian cysts, reverse hormonal issues, okay, and get pregnant naturally after years of infertility. And I do that by getting to the root cause of the problem, by getting to the root of why your body developed fibroids. That's important. If you are just doing these surface level things and you're not getting to the root of why your body developed fibroids, then you're not solving the actual problem. You're just chasing your symptoms. How do you naturally heal and shrink fibroids? By getting to the root cause of the problem, okay? If you want to go through that process, I do have courses and programs for that, okay? When we talk about how to shrink and dissolve fibroids, okay? So as a matter of fact, we have our 6-week womb healing experience our 6-week program that's open where I take women through the process of shrinking and dissolving their fibroids. I am 53 and I have fibroid CC. I have a 13, I think you mean centimeter fibroid. Do I need a hysterectomy? No. No, sorry y'all, I'm tired. So that's why I'm like, no, you do not need a hysterectomy. Let me tell you why. And we just had somebody come on my live stream earlier when I went live earlier today. You guys can watch the replay on my YouTube channel, on the live stream section. I just had somebody come on and said that she's still bleeding and having problems after hysterectomy, and that's very common. That's more common than you think. Hysterectomy is not a cure for fibroids. Let me say that again. A hysterectomy is not a cure for fibroids. If you take out your uterus, you're still gonna deal with the conditions that cause the fibroids to develop. You still have the toxin overload, the congested lymphatic system, your gut health being impaired. You still have the toxin overload in your body. You still have the estrogen dominance. All of that stuff will just manifest into another problem. So, no, you don't need a hysterectomy. You need to heal naturally. And you can get rid of the 13 centimeter fibroid. You can shrink and dissolve it naturally, okay? Of course, now with fibroids, if you have a 2 centimeter fibroid and somebody has a 13 centimeter fibroid, of course, it's easier to shrink a 2 centimeter fibroid. However, you can still shrink and dissolve a 13 centimeter fibroid. It's just gonna take more time, okay? What if it's 30 centimeters? Ooh, that's quite large. You can still shrink it. Do I need a myomectomy or hysterectomy? That's a good question. No. Now, let me know your symptoms. The reason why I say no is because if your body can develop a fibroid that large, it will develop another one right after your myomectomy. That means that we're dealing with lots of toxicity, lots of toxin overload in the body, lots of hormonal imbalances. I would tell that person ASAP to get on a plan, a holistic plan, where they're shrinking and dissolving their fibroids. ASAP. That is a dangerous, that is a dangerous size, okay? Can you pass fibroids during menses? Some people have, it's rare, but some people have. I have so much tissue release. If it's tissue, it's not a fibroid. Like, you'll be able to tell the difference. If it's just tissue, it's not a fibroid, okay? It's more than likely clots. Good night, just joined. I have a fibroid and thyroid. FR 2026. No pain, no problem. I'm 62. Doctor said I am 2. I'm not understanding is that a, can you, I don't know. That's not a question. You didn't finish. No surgery, ladies. You can heal naturally. Listen, let them know. Let women know, because I don't know why. I think women have been so, I said doctors have really brainwashed women into thinking that they can't heal their bodies naturally, that they need to get cut open. But once you get cut up, I always tell the story of the woman that came and told me last year, earlier in 2025, that she had had 5 surgeries to get rid of her fibroids. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. Over the course of 12 to 13 years. 5 myomectomies. 5 myomectomies. And grew fibroids every time afterwards. And still has fibroids. And then her doctor said that her uterus is too weak to carry a baby. So surgery is not the cure, okay? And for those of you that are coming in, I'm asking questions. I'm answering questions about fibroids. Just make sure that your questions are complete. Okay. 30 centimeter fibroids here, no pain, low iron. You're lucky to have no pain. But heavy menses and have to use the washroom more often. Where are you from? Let me know where you live. What country do you live in? And thank you guys for following me. If you're following me on TikTok, I said earlier, TikTok, I'm not gonna be on TikTok forever. I think I may have to pack it up on TikTok, because it's just been giving me too many problems and I can't. So I would suggest subscribing to my YouTube channel, okay? Because if you don't see me live on here, you're definitely gonna see me live on YouTube. And the link is in my bio to subscribe. Also subscribe to our our email list, okay? How do those tissue release from your body if it's not menses? What do you mean? It could be clots. You're from Canada. Okay. It's more than likely clots. More than likely clots. Yeah. I don't see nobody asking questions on YouTube. YouTube is quiet. Okay. All right. Any other questions? You're from Canada. Okay. Yeah, you're lucky to not have to have. How long have you had that fibroid? If you don't mind me asking. The one that had said that had the 30-centimeter fibroid. How long have you had the fibroid? That's a huge fibroid. That's a huge fibroid. And I say, I'm not saying this to make anybody feel bad, but I have large fibroids. But y'all don't wait till they get so big before you do something about them. Okay? Don't wait till they get that big. Okay? Or even half of that size. We need to take action before it gets to that point, right? Because that can do more damage in the body. We don't want to wait for, our fibroids to just continue growing and growing and growing over the years. Okay. For those that are coming in, again, we're answering questions about fibroids. Okay. Once I stop seeing questions, I'm gonna get off. But yeah, here's the thing. Fibroids, again, are due to your internal environment in your body. The internal environment in your body is what's fueling the fibroid, right? The hormonal imbalances, the condition of your gut, right? The elimination organs, the liver being overloaded. Fibroids don't just come out of nowhere, ladies. So it's the condition in your body fueling them and causing them to grow and thrive. So when you are getting, on the journey to ridding your body of fibroids, to shrinking your fibroids, you have to, by getting to the root cause of the problem, you have to work towards the internal conditions in your body. Is fibroid shrink for itself after menopause? No. That is one of the biggest myths. Okay, so every now and then I typically do a video on fibroid myths, and that is always a part of them. That is the biggest myth. As a matter of fact, there's a huge growing number of women being diagnosed with fibroids post-menopause. Fibroids do not shrink during menopause. Fibroids make menopause 10 times worse. Estrogen dominance make menopause 10 times worse. And it causes you to go through hell during perimenopause as well. Okay, so no, absolutely not. And I hate the fact that doctors are still telling women that and deceiving women like that. Okay, just look up post-menopause. As a matter of fact, there was a woman that came on my live one time that was 76 and had fibroids. Yeah, women are dealing with fibroids in their 60s and 70s. Yeah, it's sad, but yeah. I have a fibroid and thyroid. I'm 62 from Jamaica. 2016, my fibroid is 7 centimeters. Doctor said I am to leave it. They're saying that you should just leave it alone. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think that that's the best idea. But let me know if that's what you're saying. Where are you guys from, by the way? Is everybody here from the Caribbean? Let me know. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys? Somebody said they were from Canada earlier. Where are you guys from? I would love to know where you guys are watching me from. I always ask my audience this when I go live. Unfortunately, it seems as though TikTok is just giving me problems. It's shadow banning me. It's just, yeah, I can't deal anymore with TikTok. You from Canada? Okay. Where you guys want? Is Canada? Do you guys have snow? We're snowed in here in some parts of the U.S. I wonder if it snowed in Canada. I don't believe in leaving your. By the way, I don't believe in leaving your fibroids alone. It doesn't make any sense to leave your body in an unhealthy condition, to continuously suffer, to continuously allow the tumors to grow and take over your body. Absolutely not. Right? We can't just leave things alone when it comes to our health. We have to address them. You guys have a lot of snow. Okay, what part of Canada are you in? So it's not just the US. This snow is, whew, it's too much. It's too much. But yeah, any other questions about fibroids, ladies? This is a Fibroid Q A, YouTube, Fibroid Q A. Any questions about fibroids, YouTube? YouTube is just, I don't know. I mean, YouTube is usually quiet anyway. Yeah. Any thing that you need to understand and stay on a deeper level. Again, I typically do, because I typically get so many questions when I'm going live, but then when I do a Q&A, I'm not getting that many questions. What should I do for my 13 centimeter fibroid? You should shrink and dissolve it naturally and reverse the conditions in your body that grew the fibroid. Reverse the estrogen dominance, restore your hormonal balance, work on your lymphatic system, your gut health, right? Shrink and dissolve that fibroid naturally, and it can be done, okay? That will also cause your periods to be a lot better. That will also cause your hormones to be in balance. And for those of you that are having fertility issues, that will also help with that as well, okay? Okay, I'm happy that your fibroid has no pain, no problems. Okay, but it's 30 centimeters. No, you're not the one with 30 centimeter fibroid. I'm sorry, no. But we still don't want to just leave it there. But you can do what you want. But if you ask me, that's craziness to me, right? But you can do what you want, okay? But this Q&A is for women that are trying to shrink and dissolve their fibroids, not for women that want to keep the fibroids. If you want to keep the fibroids, you're probably in the wrong place, okay? We're all about getting our body in the optimum level of health, not keeping fibroids, okay? Hey, welcome. May, is that you? welcome. It's been a minute. How are you? The medical world doesn't care. Yes, the medical world doesn't care about you. It doesn't, unfortunately. They don't. If you're a woman, they don't care about you. I don't care if you live in Canada. I don't care if you live in the US. I don't care if you live in the UK. I don't care where you live. Europe, the same thing. Okay? The health care when it comes to reproductive health is horrible. They will keep you until it's bad. Exactly. And then once your fibroids get to a situation, once it gets to a situation where you're in pain, you're bleeding, then they will present surgery to you. They'll present a hysterectomy to you, right? No, they will never help you get to the root cause of the problem. They will never help you get to the root cause of the problem. So I just want you to know that. I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Can you suggest what to do? Can you help me, please? I just talked about what to do when you have fibroids. Get to the root cause of the problem, and you want to shrink and dissolve your fibroids. Why would you continue to have, just keep the fibroid? It doesn't make any sense. You want to get to the root of the problem, and that's going to be in alignment with changing your lifestyle, changing your diet, right? Even changing your mindset. Really addressing those traumas that we hang on to, because fibroids is not just physical, it's also spiritual as well, okay? I think fibroid care and prevention should be a central part of every woman's life. Absolutely. I agree, May. I agree. You know why? Because fibroids are so common. And the scary thing is that the young girls are now developing fibroids earlier than our generation did. They're not developing fibroids earlier because most of the moms are not healing and don't understand their bodies. So their daughters, because of that, our daughters, our nieces, they're suffering. They're suffering, okay? I'm still on this journey. Really grateful to be part of your container. Yes, I'm grateful as well. Last year was hectic, but I'm back on it. Okay, get back on it. You know what to do. Get back on it. Okay, keep me updated as well. So if we don't heal our bodies, what are we going to who's going to help these young girls? that are dealing with fibroids and heavy bleeding and all of these issues. And some of you guys have daughters. You're just gonna watch them suffer during their period and tell them to, it's part of being a woman, just get over it. Like, so it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. And for those of you that's just coming in, we're asking questions. This is a Q&A about fibroids. I'm not gonna be on here too long. This is my second live for today. I don't see any other questions, so I don't know, maybe we should pack it up soon. But I want to say this, for those of you that want to work with me in shrinking and dissolving your fibroids, okay, our 6-week womb healing experience is open. It is at a special price for this week only until the 1st of February, okay? So if you are interested in working with me for 6 weeks in the 6-week womb healing experience, you can click the link in my bio, join us, okay? Again, it's at a special price right now. And let's restore your hormonal balance. Let's get to the root cause of your fibroids. Let's shrink these fibroids. And some of you guys even have smaller fibroids, so we can dissolve them in these 6 weeks if we really get clear on what's really going on, okay? So, our fibroids endo. What do you mean? Are you saying our fibroids endometriosis? Is that what you mean? How can we prevent fibroids? Ooh, good question. How can we prevent fibroids? By completely reversing your hormonal imbalances. Completely. By getting your body out of a state of stress. Okay? By managing your stress levels correctly. By being, and especially in this society today, by being A1 when it comes to your diet and your lifestyle. You can't do what society is doing. This is why majority of people are hormonally imbalanced. So the drinking, all of this, the diet, the lifestyle, the not taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, putting up boundaries, staying away from toxic relationships, whether they're romantic, whether they're platonic, whether it's your family, getting out of situations that cause you stress, self-love, radical self-love. So hopefully that makes sense. How do I balance? I hope I answered your question, man. How do I balance my estrogen naturally? I also have PCOS. So, Queen, thank you for your question. So, you never want to focus on one hormone. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you why. When you're dealing with PCOS or any estrogen dominant condition such as PCOS, right, or fibroids or endo, it's not only the estrogen levels that are imbalanced. It's not only progesterone that is imbalanced, right? You got to get to the roots. And that's the foundational hormones. First of all, when we're estrogen dominant, when we have PCOS, we have a series of hormones that are out of balance. If you hyper-focus on one hormone, you're just chasing your symptoms. So you want to get to the root cause. The two foundational hormones that you should focus on first that affect your sex hormones are your cortisol and insulin levels. That's first. You don't bypass that and go straight to estrogen. That a lot of people do that, and that's wrong. This is why they don't see lasting results. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Cortisol, yeah, that's that stress hormone. You got to get your body out of a state of stress. And insulin too, because if cortisol is high, so is the insulin. Insulin is dysregulated. A lot of people are looking at the test, but the test will compensate for a while before it reads high. Okay? You're welcome, May. So any other questions? Doctors say they know the cause, the lies they tell. They don't know the cause. They just tell people it's genetic. Like, that's all they say. They don't know the cause. They're not taught the cause. They're not taught the cause of anything. They're not there to get to the root cause. They're there to prescribe medications, surgery, and help you manage the problem for the rest of your life. If you want to manage it for the rest of your life. I don't want to manage any problems. I want to get rid of them. Okay? I want to get to the root cause and I want to get rid of them. I don't like problems. Okay? I saw a video of yours yesterday. What video? What video did you see? What video did you see? And for those that are coming in, we have this is a Fibroid Q&A. This is my second live for today, guys. And why do they try to make women have babies in weeks or months after surgery? Because they know it's gonna grow back. So when doctors tell you to, and let me know, put a 1 in the chat, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been told this by a doctor? Have surgery, and then after you have surgery, have a baby within just a few months. Because the reason why they tell, if you've had, they told, okay. And May, you're in Australia, right? Or in New Zealand. They telling women to that over there too? Lord. 6 weeks? Lord. Ooh, I swear, when it comes to the medical system, they failed women all over the world. They failed women all over the world. It's horrible. It's repulsive. The reason why they tell women that is because they know the fibroids will grow back. And you know, they're pretty much saying that, listen, the fibroids are going to grow back. We know that. So before they grow back, have this baby real quick. No. The reason why you don't want to do that is because the fibroids can develop before the 6 months, or even while you're pregnant, because your hormone levels are higher. A lot of women get fibroids when they're pregnant if they haven't done the work to heal themselves beforehand. If they're walking into pregnancy hormonally imbalanced. So, yeah, I can't believe they're still telling women that. Somebody told me that, and I was like, they're still telling women this in 2026? Lord. So that's why I wrote an email about it. If you're not on my email list, get on my email list. I talked about today too, how a woman developed a brain tumor by being on birth control. We talked about that too. And she's one of 1,400 women that are suing the birth control company. 1 out of 1,400 women. This is happening in the U.S. She got a brain tumor. She's only I think she said at 30. Brain tumor from birth control. And I was saying that it's not just birth control that does this. Anything where you're adding fake hormones into your body, i.e. HRTs, i.e. IVF, it can result in that too. Okay? And sometimes it takes time, years, for this to really come out, for you to really learn the truth. Don't allow anybody to pump fake hormones into your body. Please don't. I think some doctors really want to help, but our modern world doesn't support good doctors. It doesn't. That's very true. That is very true, man. I'm not villainizing doctors because they just weren't taught. Like, they're not taught. As a matter of fact, my sister's about to graduate from medical school. So I know a lot about doctors and what they're being taught in medical school. They're not being taught to heal. They're not being taught to heal, right? They're working for a system that wants to keep people sick. That puts profit over people. They want to keep people as lifetime patients, right? Some doctors do want to help, but they could only do so much due to their license. They want to keep their jobs too. So, yeah. So there are some good doctors out there, and I do have empathy for them that try to help the best way that they can. Okay? That's very true. Yeah. So, any questions about fibroids, ladies? It's a Fibroid Q&A. Don't be shy if you have a question about fibroids that you want me to iron out. Okay, you're welcome, May. You're so welcome. Yeah. Y'all, don't focus on the sex hormones. First, focus on the cortisol and insulin. Those impact the sex hormones, okay? Because when the progesterone is low, when we're dealing with estrogen dominance, that's because the high cortisol levels are killing that progesterone. I just got diagnosed with endobelly. My estrogen is high and low progesterone. What would you suggest? When you say you just got diagnosed with endobelly, do you mean with endometriosis? Let me know. But if that is estrogen dominance that you're describing, I will describe first and foremost, we want to reverse the estrogen dominance by getting to the root cause of the problem. We want to restore our hormonal balance, right? And like I said earlier, you don't want to focus just on estrogen and progesterone, because if those are out of balance, so are your foundational hormones. You want that, that's what impacts your sex hormones. Your hormones they work together. They don't work separately. So if those hormones are out of balance, so are your other hormones. So we want to get to the root cause of that imbalance. And that is to first work on cortisol and insulin levels, okay? Those impact, the high cortisol causes progesterone to go down, to decrease, okay? And also endometriosis can be reversed. It can be reversed, okay? I'm just letting you know that. We've done it in our programs, in our courses. It takes time, but it definitely can happen, okay? So don't accept that diagnosis as a permanent thing. It doesn't have to be permanent, okay? It doesn't. Your body, and this is for everybody, your body is fully capable of healing anything naturally, but you have to create the conditions in your body for it to heal, okay? So I have a 5x4 fibroid causing discomfort when I ovulate. Is it possible to shrink it? Yeah, it's possible to get rid of it. Let's not even talk about shrinking. It's possible to shrink and dissolve it, okay? I want you guys to have better standards. We don't want to just shrink our fibroids. We want to get rid of it. Yeah, they have to shrink, before we get rid of them, but let's get rid of these fibroids. So, yeah. 5.5 times 4 fibroid is nothing. Like, that's easy. I had a client get rid of a 6-centimeter fibroid in 3 months. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's people out here dealing with 30-centimeter fibroids, so, but do it now before it grows. Don't wait. Don't wait. I didn't know we could dissolve them. Desiree, you must be new. You must be new. You must be completely new. Okay? Absolutely. You can shrink and dissolve your fibroids. Yes. I've been helping women do that for years. Okay, you're in the right place. For those of you that are following on TikTok, be sure to subscribe to YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. I am not going to be on TikTok forever. I said earlier, TikTok count your days, because it's been acting insane. I'm shadow banned. I can't log on to my phone. I'm sick of TikTok. I'm sick of it. I was sick of it before that, but now I'm really sick of it. And now it's all these changes on TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. Subscribe to our YouTube. So it's not just me. Cece, you can't log in on your phone either? I was like, what's going on? I had TikTok for years. It's never done that. I posted 3 videos, got 0 views. So it's not just, there's a glitch. And they said that they're changing a lot of things on TikTok. Y'all, get on my email list. Get on the YouTube channel. We might have to take this show to YouTube, okay? This may be my last day on TikTok. I don't know. I have almost 60,000 followers on here, almost. And I'm willing to let it go and just, start all over, or just go on another platform. My friend was told to wait for her 6-centimeter mass. I told her they're lying. What do you mean to wait? They was telling her to watch and wait. Oh, you know how the doctors do. Let's just watch and wait. When you watch and wait and just monitor your fibroids, they grow. They grow. And doctors know that. And after a while, they're going to start affecting you even more. They told her to watch and wait. I said, girl, don't watch and wait. You're watching and waiting for those fibroids to grow and start developing more symptoms or to multiply. Yeah, do not watch and wait. They only grow bigger. The problem only gets worse. And then they think it's an endometrioma. Oh, wow. And those are even more complex. Yeah, definitely don't watch and wait. Definitely don't watch and wait. I don't know why they're still telling women that who had fibroids. That's actually the last thing you want to do. That's the last thing you want to do. All right. Lord, that's what what, yeah, the chocolate cyst. Yeah, that's what I had. They call those, yeah, chocolate cyst. Money. Yeah, exactly. Had to get a catheter for 10 weeks. Oh, you had the surgery. Yeah. Yeah. Those things, yeah. But they can shrink and dissolve too. They can shrink and dissolve too, but they're a bit more complex. So that's where you have endometriosis, to drain it, not surgery. Okay. Okay, to drain it. Okay. Woo, that sounds painful. Oh, that sounds painful. I'm not getting surgery because I'm scared. Listen, yeah, it is very scary to be cut open. It's very scary. I don't know how all these people are doing it like it's nothing. It's very scary and it's very painful. It's not easy. And why go through that pain just to have them grow back? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. I realized the previous doctor was making around 1.5 mil per week, so they don't care. What? What doctor making that? Wow. No surgery for me either. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to have surgery. What? Is that in American dollars? 1.5 mil? I don't know. I don't know what currency you guys use in Australia. What? Okay. I'm gonna look that up. What is that in American dollars? AUD. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Man, thank you for letting me know that. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Wow. Wow. It's, yeah. That's $30K per surgery. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Wow. So that's why they're warning women to have surgeries. Yeah, they may. And in the US, I'm not sure exactly how. Some days 10 surgeries. Jesus. Ooh. I'm not sure how much they make per surgery in the US, but I know they get financial incentives for surgery. That's why they push surgery. And low-key feel like they get more for Black women. Desiree, you onto something. Because they love to push hysterectomies and surgery, especially the Black women. They love it. Okay? They love it. Yeah. The fibroid seems to feed off my eating lifestyle. Yeah, they love it. It's sick. But we got to stop falling for it. Black women, we have to stop falling for it. And I know that when we have fibroids, when women have fibroids, and they're, especially when they have a lot, like they've been dealing with it for a long time, they have a lot of symptoms, there can be some sort of desperation there. They can be desperate to seek relief. So they're just like, just do the surgery, but not knowing that they grow back. So then what's the point? We have to stop thinking about just temporary relief and actually heal our bodies. And they tell me why the doctor who wanted to remove fibroids wanted to cut me vertically up and down. Oh my God. Oh my God, that sounds horrible. I never went back. I'm happy you never went back. Vertically? Yeah. They still do surgeries like that? My God. The doctor said he never saw a healing this miraculous. He was mind blown. All I did was eat clean and start drinking raw celery juice daily. Oh man, vertically. And I low-key think that when they say that, they're lying. I really think that doctors say that they're lying. Like, they just be saying the most dramatic stuff. They just want you to go under the knife so bad. Yeah. Ew, wow. And Australia is, I'm shocked that somebody would even offer that. That's horrible. That's horrible. I'm happy you left. I'm happy that you left. Whew. All right, ladies. We're gonna wrap this up in a second. I'm answering questions about fibroids. YouTube done left. It's okay. It's okay. Some people will watch the replay, and that's totally okay. Hi from the UK. Okay, hey. If you have questions about fibroids, feel free to put them in the chat. This video is all about you understanding fibroids on a deeper level and understanding what it really takes to heal fibroids, what it takes to get rid of fibroids, and understand what's going on in your body when you have fibroids and how it's not just a uterine problem. It's deeper than that, okay? That's important for you to know. That's important for you to know. And fibroids, you know, again, surgery does not get rid of, they get rid of fibroids temporarily. Surgery gets rid of fibroids temporarily. And you have to look beyond temporary relief and start to heal your body. When you have fibroids, it's a full body issue. Not only is your lymphatic system congested, your gut is congested, your elimination organs are congested and overloaded. Is you know, your body's elimination channels and detoxification channels are blocked up, right? So not only is your body's blocked up with waste, your immune response is lowered. This affects your body. This is why women that have fibroids tend to get sick easier, or they tend to get other health conditions when they don't address it. So it may start off as fibroids, but then it starts to become fibroids and cysts, or fibroids and thyroid issues, or fibroids and autoimmune disorders, or fibroids and anemia, or fibroids and or fibroids and IBS, or fibroids and H. pylori. It rarely is just fibroids. It may be just fibroids at first, but then you start to accumulate more health conditions. Because as the fibroids grow, and your body becomes more inflamed, you're dealing with more toxicity in the body, especially when you don't address it, okay? So how can we heal? You want to heal by addressing the root cause of the problem. There's a lady on TikTok who had her surgery and the cut was vertical. Is that bad? That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Not even better, horrible. Vertical cuts? Yikes. Ooh. What country was she from? Okay. Any other questions about fibroids for those of you that are just coming in? And for those of you that want to watch the replay, this will be on my YouTube channel in the live stream section, in the live stream. So be sure to watch the replay. I'm exhausted, y'all. So I'm gonna go. This is my second live stream today. So I'm going to go. But I'll be live again tomorrow. Be sure that you're on my email list. I'm not gonna be on TikTok forever. Hell, today might be the last day. I don't know. So get on the email list. The link is in my bio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is also in my bio. Okay. Thank you, Flowers. I look tired, don't I? Yeah, I know. She said, get some rest. Thank you on YouTube. Thank you. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I was up early today. Oh, this snow day, and the snow and the cold just makes you more tired. So yeah. Yes, I'm not even sure it was on my FYP. I couldn't watch it any further. Yeah, oof. Who want to watch somebody get cut vertically? That sounds horrendous. You're welcome. Thank you. Hope that you're doing good. Yeah, the snow. It's something about the snow that makes you sleepy, and the cold. And now that it gets dark earlier, it's like, oh, I just want to cuddle in my bed. All right, ladies, I'm about to wrap it up for the night. All right, if you want to work with me, the link is in my bio. We have the 6-week womb healing experience open at a special price for the next week until next Sunday, until the 1st of February. That's when the price goes back to regular price. All right, the link is in my bio for more information. All right, also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching from TikTok, and also subscribe to our email as well. Okay, I'm doing well. I'm doing good as well. Thank you for hopping on. All right, you guys have a beautiful rest of your night, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay warm, stay safe, okay, in this snow. All right, bye. Bye, YouTube.